And a very good morning to everybody. We are on our way to Bonamanzi for our little Easter weekend break. I thought I'd spare you guys the night driving on the tar road. So we left just after 4 this morning, just a couple of hours before the sun rises. And we've hit a little bit of rain. It was a very miserable sunrise. But we are approaching Impangeni now. It's just after 6, we're making a really good time and hoping it's going to be a decent weekend. So those of you who have been following along, especially on other platforms, would have noticed that I've started to really increase the amount of effort that I put into my YouTube videos, well, the YouTube channel rather. And that's a result of me becoming a little bit tired and bored with the other platforms, and I will give this one a bit more of a gentleman's effort now. So I think they call it shorts on YouTube. I'm used to calling it stories or reels or stuff like that on other platforms. I've been cross-posting a bit of older content just to start getting some stuff out there. I don't have a very big footprint on YouTube at all actually, but we'll get there. So if you have watched a video, or if you are watching this video, what do all the cool guys say? Like and subscribe. I think that's the way it goes. So this is a little detour that we take. So this is the N2 going towards Tlhue, and we jump onto this district road. It's the D566. It's just after the Total Petroport, and it kind of cuts out about 30 minutes of travel time. You got to negotiate this little dirt road, which is really no big deal. I mean, you can do this in your car, and you will continue along this road for roughly 2 kilometers, and then you'll turn left onto what is known as the P2, and within a kilometer you'll turn right into the gates of Bonamanzi. So it's a really short little bypass route. It saves you going all the way into Tlhue, around through the town, and then typically you'd see Alan's Butchery and then turn right. You've cut all of that out now, and you have to just negotiate this little gravel road, which is nice. I mean, it's now we're off the tar and essentially the holiday starts. So you'll check here now, we are about to join the P2, and then we're going to hit to the left. There's the signs in front of you. Bonamanzi, 140 meters, just like this. Watch here, short left and then a hot right, and we're there. And that cuts out a huge section of road. So if you didn't know about this detour, you could thank me later. Okay, so we've made it through the gate now. We're hitting the dirt road towards reception. We'll check in, and then we get to set up camp. What's up, Alex? So we have booked in, we've got our map, we're all sorted. I want to try and get this to stay somewhere where you can see it. Alright. So you go from reception, and our campsite is going to be all the way over here. So usually we stay right up at the top of the reserve where there's nothing in the Shonalanga campsites, but this time we're staying in the executive campsites down the bottom here by the swimming pool. So let's go. Okay, so these are known as the swimming pool campsites. That's what they call it. So it's essentially the caravan spot. There's quite a few clumped together here, but the beauty of this area is these campsites are the executive. So each campsite has its own allocated ablution block. So we've got campsite 10, and I want to show you how large it is. So this is our site. Their poles demarcate the boundary. So we've got all of this. The flat stand there for the trailer comes around, and my brother is. And then we have our own ablution block there, number 10. And because our friends who booked this and helped us out with this booking, they come here regularly, So they book adjacent 9 and 10 for our party, so for all 3-4 of the vehicles, which means we've got these 2 bathroom blocks right next door to each other. So this is where we're going to set up. These stands are not off-grid. They are fully grid-tied with plumbed water as well as a bra stand and a plug point. So we're going to just decide how we're going to set up our little spot now. So one of the reasons why I enjoy the Jetstream is it's so easy to use by yourself. I understand it's not a bushlarper, not a conqueror, it's not the big and amazing trailers that there are out there, but for me it works really well because I don't have to bug my wife or the rest of my family to really help me do anything with it. I can do everything from hitching it up to moving it around at camp and maneuvering it myself with no issues at all. The tow's easy, GVM is only 750, so it's got everything that we need and it really accommodates our lifestyle. There's not much I'd change. I can't justify towing around a 1.6 ton caravan, honestly. It's just a personal thing for me. Some guys love it, but for us this is just the best. So a 4-day trip like this, we'll have a little gazebo just for extra living space because chances are we're getting rain again. First thing, ground sheets to go down because we don't want mud and nonsense in the campsite too much, in the trailer. And this will get set up later because we are going to go drive just now. But our main camp, everything is fully enclosed, everything we need is inside there. Let's go check out our private ablutions. How cool is this? If I'm correct, this is what's known as a common corkwood tree. I wanted to say it's a paper bark, but it's not. How cool are these? So this is made by ants. Now what happens is typically they don't want to walk around too exposed because birds and other predators will find them and eat them. So what they do is they make this mud little highways here and they enclose them. The GoPro doesn't focus close too nicely, but it's made from mud and there's a tunnel inside which allows them to move around completely covered the predator's line of sight. So that does help them from being eaten. Okay, let's check it out. This is our executive suite bathroom for campsite number 10. In we go. Bonamanzi campsites are really nice. So you've got a large wash up area with your own sink for washing dishes, as well as keeping certain items in here if you choose to, so it's secured and locked. The ablutions look as such. There's a basin, a mirror, a large shower, little stoop there, and then the toilet. Very cool. Very, very nice. Okie dokie. So I just thought I'd quickly walk you guys through our setup. So my brother comes with us occasionally, so he runs this first ascent hiking tent. It's quite nice. This contains everything he needs to sleep. The only thing we add in here is I run power from the trailer to here, which allows him to run a fan and charge his phones and have a light. So our setup, so we've got good sun at the moment. However, we're here for 4 days and I don't want to be running around when it rains. So what we do is, a big downfall on this specific trailer of mine is the awning doesn't give us any cover here. So when it rains, all the rain comes through and you can't keep the doors open. So what I do is I run this top over, which allows me to have both doors open when it rains. So this is how it sets up. So I got 2 little poles there. Pull the center down so the water flows off, and it kind of covers everything that's important, and I'm happy. close the mozzie mesh quickly. Right, there we go. Covers up here so we don't get an ingress through here when we're chilling and you want to work by the kitchen quickly. So that's the kitchen. Most of you would have seen, but if you haven't, if this is the first time you're watching, you'd run a 50 litre here. I've got pumped water there. This is our kitchen cupboards underneath, which, whoopsie, bumpy roads, which holds all of our bits and pieces, our Tupperware, our cooking stuff, everything we need goes in here. You can hear the train in the background. Each of these cubby holes has different things, you know, generally the coffee station stuff, more kitchen stuff, cutlery and such goes there. We've got this table surface here, table there, and then underneath the awning is obviously just standing living area. Now the negative part of this tarpaulin is I'm not able to harness this beautiful sunshine. So at campsites like this where there's power, I plug into shore power. It's not ideal, but we're set up for every style of camping you can imagine. Commercial camping, off-grid camping, wild camping, whatever you want to call it, we can do it because I have set my setup up in such a way that even if I couldn't use the top, we'd manage without the top because I got a 230 amp hour Adventure X lithium in here, 800 watt Victron inverter, 15 amp solar controller. I don't charge it any other way, so it's either charges by solar or shore power, done and dusted. So that's how all of this is set up. And then if ever there's an issue or a shortfall, I've got 300 amp hours of lithium in here, and this can charge in any way imaginable, from solar to DC-DC to shore power, you name it. So that's the setup. What we do on longer trips like this, where we're in this beautiful spot for 4 days and we don't move camp, we're not changing camp, is we set up a gazebo. So that just expands our living area entirely. We're not worried as much about the Instagram worthy aesthetic campsites. We want a functional, happy place. The kid must be happy, everyone must be chilled. Typically when we camp with mates, everybody congregates around our campsite anyway. Hey, you can't beat this, eh? We're taking a walk down to the swimming pool now, which is nearby our campsite. I think it'll be quite cool to come walk through here at night and see what we can find. Hopefully we spot a genet or a porcupine or maybe a bush baby. This is the pool. It's nice and blue and clean. The last time we were here it was in quite bad condition because the elephants come through and they rip the piping up. So yeah, this is now the communal area. They've got a little larper here, picnic spot, bra area in amongst the trees there. And then in the back corner there is some ablutions. And this is what reception here refers to as the pool campsite, which is typically reserved for larger setups like caravans and such. Right, so quickly now what we're going to do, we're going to go on a drive now and have a little sundowner. But obviously we need to sort the kids out for a snack, because for us to leave at 3:30 and probably only get back to camp after 7, it's a bit too long without them eating something other than sweets. So what we do is, in the event that we don't have a Road Chef Travel Buddy 12 volt oven, we've actually got a 12 volt air fryer. So our 12 volt air fryer plug is here. Now it's on, and there it's working. This will come out, The chicken strips will go in. Okay, last batch. Right, they're gonna sit there, and that goes in, and we'll run that for about 45 minutes, and that's it. Easy as that. Later on we'll stop, and then the kids' chow is cooked and ready to rumble. So a lot of guys will say this is not camping, and it's not this, it's not that. But I tell you what, this is an air fryer, frozen chicken strips in the middle of nowhere. No electricity other than what I can create myself. Happiness is what my kid is going to be, and the rest of the kids are going to be when I give them their chicken strips. This is winning.